comfortable. Pull up a chair. Happy holidays. God, I can't believe the year's already over. But, you know, that just means that there's no better time to look back and reflect. God, so much has happened in 2025. We released 1.1, which added a lot of quality of life features to the game. We released Satisfactory on console, which opened up the game to an entirely new demographic of nerds. We even got nominated for a Golden Joystick Award. We didn't win. Thanks, Minecraft. Something else that happened in 2025? Well, I met all of you for the first time. Honestly, I was really nervous coming into this. I've never been in this position before, and the shoes left behind looked way too big for me to fill. But you all welcomed me with open arms, and I've had such a good time just making videos and hanging out with all of you. So thank you for your kindness and your support. It really means the world to me. But that's really what I want.
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. You're conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore, ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. Yes, it is. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing. I know you do, baby. I know. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. Alright, nothing down to fuck all, borough. Do you want me to upgrade that to a one-way trip, sir? The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the salt-bloated man-meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice to name a motor carriage. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce was this not the same Elo that founds empires and probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there. Really, or recollect as you slowly reach your hand to behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You are correct. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous thick tie, with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but not more likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor. It is too large, like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. A cool wind gushes in. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. The whirling in rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something. The words have already left your mouth.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on, say it again. No, you see, that's not what you said. You said... Come on, man. Freddie, please. One more time. Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cup are you? Okay, sir. I have to ask. Do you really not remember? Just like that? You drank so much you lost your memory? I'm sorry. It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. The small steel tag says as much. The Great Skua. Stekoarius Skua.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
No, I'm not the bartender.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know.
His eyes dart from left to right.
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Utterly, through a PA system, by other people. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry. Serves them right. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange. As you approach, he narrows his eyes. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from...
You realize he is waiting for your name. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Yes, well...
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an intra-departmental joke or a peculiarity he doesn't understand.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Not that it also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body is still where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take...
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? Of course. What can I help you with? Excuse me? Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here. Okay. Since the street sign's messed up? Oh, that's right there.
Even all the way over here, there's a drop of death in the spring air.
No problem. Of course.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Sure. Keep...
You ever notice how history keeps looping in music production? Back in the 80s, the first bedroom producers didn't have money for studios or live bands, so they grabbed vinyl. They sampled whatever they could, soul, funk, jazz, not because it was cool, but because it was all they had access to. And some people hated on it. Sampling was frowned upon. They said it wasn't real music. But those same bedroom producers flipped that hustle into the very foundation that today's hip-hop as we know it stands upon. They turned the wrong way of making music into the new norm, and a whole new genre was born. Fast forward to the 2000s, and bedroom producers were pretty much doing the same thing, just using different tools. They couldn't afford $5,000 synths or racks and racks of analog gear, so they used VSTs, emulations, plugins that would mimic hardware that they would probably never touch in real life. And again, people said it was cheating. Not real, too easy. But like in the 80s, bedroom producers taking what they have access to and creating a whole new wave. New tech, new sound, new genres being born right inside of the laptops. Now we're stepping into the next evolution of Here's a tip about producing I wish somebody would have told me 10 years ago. Commit to your sound early and it's going to save you so much time further down the road. When you pick a sound, stick with it, all right? Stay in that creative zone instead of scrolling through presets and scrolling through samples and, doing all this for 30 minutes, you're wasting so much time. Once you find a sample that feels right, commit to it, lock in. The moment you commit, the beat starts to take shape. You start to hear what's missing. You start to hear what the beat needs, what it doesn't need. You start to hear, you take a step back for a second and you start to hear, if you overproduced, if you're underproduced, it's just so much easier. And honestly, that first sound that sounded good to you in that first couple minutes, it had that vibe already. It was done. Lock it in, move on, and let the track build itself instead of getting stuck chasing all these different options, all right? Sometimes if you have too many options, it's a bad thing. That's why I love using this MPC 2000. Like, there's nothing. You rely on your own rhythm, your own vibe. These older pieces of equipment help you commit a lot faster to your sound. So commit to your sound. So here's an example of that. I made this beat super fast, but I locked it in